Hey everybody, welcome to the next YouTube video. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Hello everybody, welcome back to I would like to say happy Mother's Day to all my loving mothers out there. Continue to be great and continue to be supportive of your children and to be loving towards your kids. Today have been a very sad day for me, and it has been very emotional. Reason why is because I have a mother, but I do not have a relationship with my mother. And for years, this has bothered me and have affected my health mentally, emotionally, and otherwise. Um, I've been learning to cope, however, but I am somewhat confused. You know, um, I would just like to give you guys an idea of me and my mom relationship and how my childhood was and how I actually did not have no childhood, no teenage years, and now I feel like I don't have no adult life and how empty this had really made me. Not necessarily my mom situation, but yes, it had played a role in having me feeling this way. Um, when I was younger, my mom showed signs of abuse, and I honestly thought it was okay, but as I got older, it got worse. She allowed people to sexually abuse me. She had manipulated me and used me to do certain stuff, as in to get money and stuff like that. During these years as a young kid, I did not really understand what, what was right from wrong, but after growing up, I realized everything. Um, she have done all the physical abuse and, during her time in Jamaica, because she's currently living overseas, she had allowed her then boyfriend to touch me, and she did not cut off the relationship. She had continued the relationship and, continued to abuse me for simple things. As I said, I thought this was okay, but it wasn't okay. I've accepted these things and just move on with life. She then had left Jamaica. And when she left Jamaica, it had gotten worse. And then I was left to be abused by other people. Throughout my teenage years, being abused by completely strangers and relatives, I had told her and she did not do anything at all. She did not do anything at all. This had led to me falling into deep depression, and I'm still struggling with depression. I'm still struggling with depression and trying to learn to cope. I have been feeling empty on the inside. Some days like today, Christmas and my birthdays, where I have to spend alone, it makes me feel so fucking lifeless. But it makes me more curious to why. Like, why would you have one child and hate your one child? I will not tell nobody that I am perfect, but I just want to know why. Did you wanted to just have a child to just hold a man? You could have just given me up for abortion, or you could send me to a home where I could find a decent family. But what is worse than having to live every day but feeling completely empty? And you know, that is so bad, because I don't think that I ever deserved any treatment that I've got. All those awful things that my mom used to say to me, it bothers me up until this day, because sometimes I think they are true and I know that they're not true. But because when your mother, who you think should be your biggest fan, who is obviously your biggest enemy, says something to you that is bad, you will believe it as a child and you will grow into thinking it is true, and you will grow into having relationship problems, and you will have a lot of self issues. I'm 25 and I'm doing very good in life, and I'm still not happy. I'm not happy. I am not ungrateful, but I'm just not happy. When you have to deal with society and then you have to deal with trauma from your childhood, it can be very pressuring. It can be very depressing. Then you get paranoid because you say, if your mom treat you this way, what can that person do? If your mom can tell you that, I can't wait until you die so I can bury you. How do you feel about other human beings? How can you sleep beside people? People have judged me because of what I tell them about my childhood, so it have led to me not wanting to talk sometimes. But I've been getting professional help. But I accept things, but it still bothers me sometimes. It does bothers me. It hurts. It hurts a lot, and I'm so scared of even having children, because I can just imagine, what if I have children and I be the same awful person to my kids? I would rather die before I have to be that awful to any child. If you're watching this, I want you to know that I forgive you though. And I'm doing good in life. I'm doing very good in life. I'm doing very good in life, and I'm very grateful that, you know, going through what I go through did not make my life any easier because people judge me for having to go through stuff as a child. Society judge you for that. But it had made me very strong. You know, it makes me very strong. So I did not get your support. I did not get your flowers. I did not get no love from you. But I've made love for myself. And I found love for myself. You know, I've made love for myself. Sometimes I watch a TV and I would see parents with their daughters, and I would say, I would spend any amount of money for that. But then I say, this is something that I will never have. I will never have a mother figure, and I will always have to learn on my own, and I will always have to deal with my problems on my own. You know, doing this is very rough, but I can only do this until, you know, I can't do it no more, because as I said, I've been battling depression for so long. I've been getting professional help, but you see, when you are depressed and when you feel empty on the inside, there comes a time when you be like, oh fuck it, I don't want to live no more. So, you know, like I'm still trying to be strong and you know, accept it for what it is. But for all the mothers out there who have caused your child damage, emotional damage, physical abuse, tell your child very awful things, I want you to know that that scar still remains, will still remains, even decades after. You know, what you tell your child is what your child will always remember and what your child will feed off. Words are very, very important, and words cut very deep. You know, when you get a scar, of course it leaves a mark on your skin, but when you hear those words, it leaves a mark on your heart. So you are left alone to just struggle alone and to just, you know, deal with all of that alone. When I didn't ask, on top of that, I didn't ask to be here. You know, I did not ask to be here. Sometimes I look at myself and I say, what do I really have? Like, I have a car, yes, I live in a nice apartment, yes, but otherwise from that, I don't have nothing. I don't have nothing at all. I don't have anything at all. Sometimes I meet a few nice people, but because of me having to become a stripper to really escape the same toxic mother and having to do OnlyFans to survive, people really don't talk to me and people judge me for that. So I don't really have people around me and people judge me for that on top of that. So it's like, I don't really have nothing in life, but you know, I'm happy that I'm here today to make this video, and I'm slowly trying to heal. I'm slowly trying to find my peace. I know God will take away this emptiness one day, and I don't know if God will ever put some kind of softness in her heart to can explain to me why she treat me the way how she treat me and reject me and abandon me the way how she abandoned me. Oh my God. Oh my God. Thank you. Until the next video. Have a great night. And if you have a good mother, please appreciate your mother. there are people out here like me who has a mother who is completely hateful towards us, who have issues with us, who abandoned us, people who have mothers that passed away. So if you have a mother, love your mother and appreciate every moment. I'm the only child for my parents, and I don't have no kind of family life. I don't. And I've been cut out to be the bad person by even the media, who have called my phone to get intel from me, to just use it to switch around to bash me. If you have a mother, I want you to love your mother and appreciate your mother. If your mother fights for you, if your mother defends you, you have a good mother. Even if she's annoying, appreciate your mother, because it hurts even more when you have a mother that don't care, and people will use this to judge you, and they will blame you for your mother actions, even though you were a child when you was abused and neglected and stuff like that. So if you grew up in a good household, that's good for you, and you need to show more appreciation and use it as a good advantage. I'm grateful that I still managed to pull through my depression. I've been kicking my ass for the past years, but I've managed to pull through, and I've been getting professional help. So as I say, have a great evening, guys, and I will be making more videos to talk about my truth and to express how I truly feel. It may be emotional, but please enjoy, watch, and educate yourself. Thank you a lot. Bye.